The journey of the Holy Family. Joseph, Mary, and the infant Jesus into Egypt was divinely guided and filled with miraculous events that left a lasting spiritual imprint on the land. Following a warning from an angel in a dream, Joseph took Mary and the child by night and fled to Egypt to escape King Herod's intent to destroy the newborn king. The journey fulfilled the prophecy spoken by the Lord through the prophet, "Out of Egypt I called my son." While the Gospels provide only a brief mention of their flight, Coptic Christian tradition preserves a detailed account identifying 25 locations visited by the Holy Family during their 3.5-year stay. Early Christian writers, such as Hippolytus of Rome in the 3rd century, affirmed their length in their time in Egypt. The 5th century historian Sozomen documented local traditions surrounding their journey. One of the most remarkable accounts comes from Pope Theophilus of Alexandria, who in the 4th century received a vision from the Virgin Mary herself. In this vision, she recounts details of their time in Egypt and requested that the humble church at Muharraq monastery be preserved as a testament to Christ's humility. This vision remains a cornerstone of Coptic belief, underscoring the spiritual importance of each site visited by the Holy Family. The journey begins as they crossed into Egypt at El Farma, near present-day borders of El Arish and Port Said. El Farma was a prosperous city during antiquity, though now buried under desert sands. From there, the Holy Family proceeded to Tel Basta, near modern-day Zagazig. When Jesus grew thirsty, no one offered them drink. In response, he caused a spring to gush forth. Pagan idols fell at his presence, terrifying the locals and forcing the family to flee once more. This event is seen as fulfillment of the prophecy in Isaiah 19:1. Behold, the Lord rides on a swift cloud and comes to Egypt, and the idols of Egypt will totter at his presence. Their next stop was Mastorat, known in Arabic as El Mahamma, meaning the bathing place, where the Virgin Mary bathed Jesus and washed his clothes. They continued to Belbis, where they rested under a sycamore tree, now revered as the Virgin Mary tree. This location is within biblical land of Goshen, where Jacob once met Joseph. From there, the family crossed the Nile and reached Semenut. The residents welcomed them warmly, and the town received divine blessings. A granite trowel, believed to have been used for Mary for kneading bread, remains there, along with a well blessed by Jesus. In Sakha, a remarkable miracle is said to have occurred. The footprint of the infant Jesus was imprinted in stone, a relic still venerated today. The name of the town in Coptic, Becha Isos, means the foot of Jesus. This site has become a significant destination for pilgrims and is now home to El Makhattas Monastery. Continuing westward, the Holy Family journeyed into the desert of Wadi el-Natrun. Thirsty from travel, they could not drink from the salty red spring, but a freshwater spring miraculously emerged from the middle of the lake to satisfy their needs. This desert later became a cradle of Christian monasticism, with over 50 monasteries found in their memory, 4 of which still exist. In Matareya, near ancient Heliopolis, the Holy Family found shade beneath a sycamore tree. Jesus created a well and drank from its waters, where Mary poured his bathwater and a unique and fragrant plant sprang up. This tree, called the Tree of the Virgin, is found nowhere else in the world. Its essence is used in the preparation of the holy maroon oil, essential for Coptic sacraments. The family then entered Old Cairo, seeking refuge at the Babylon fortress. Here, they hid in a cave that now forms the crypt beneath the church of Abu Sirga, one of Cairo's oldest churches. Nearby stands the Hanging Church, an architectural marvel that draws spiritual and historical reverence. At El Ma'adi, the Holy Family crossed the Nile by boat. The Church of the Virgin Mary now stands at the very point where they boarded. The stone steps they used are still present. On March 12, 1976, a large Holy Bible was discovered washed ashore near the church, open to the passage from Isaiah 19. Blessed be Egypt, my people. Later restoration revealed an underground altar used by persecuted Christians during attacks in earlier centuries. The journey continued south to Met Rahina, ancient Memphis, and the family traveled to Ashnin el-Nasara and then to Deir el-Garnos, near Maghera. A deep well outside the church provided them with fresh water. They then reached a place later named Abai Isos, meaning the house of Jesus. Now, the village of Sendefa in Beni Mazar, district of Minya. It is believed the Holy Family stayed there during their travels. Continuing further south, they reached Samalot and crossed the Nile again, arriving at Jabal el-Tor, which means Bird Mountain, where thousands of birds still gather. According to tradition, a fallen rock threatened the family, but the infant Jesus stopped it with his hand, leaving a palm print on the stone. The mountain is also known as Jabal el-Kaf, which means the mountain of the palm. In El Ashmunin, an ancient city, statues of the temple fell upon Jesus' arrival. The town features a well named the Well of the Cloud, referring to the Virgin Mary's presence. At Maryam, Der Abu Hanis, a laurel tree bowed in reverence as Jesus passed. Its downward arching branches still amaze visitors today. From there, they journeyed through Tel El Amarna and reached Dairut el-Sharif in Asyut, staying with a Jewish carpenter named Dians. Jesus healed his son from epilepsy. This site is marked by the monastery of Sarbamon, and a large tree under which the family rested still survives, bearing witness to their visit. The Holy Family's most significant and extended stop was Jabal Kaskem, home to the monastery of Muharraq. Nestled at the foot of the mountain, this location is believed to be where Jesus, after his resurrection, returned with the Virgin Mary and the disciples to consecrate the altar himself and perform the first liturgy. This fulfills the prophecy in Isaiah 19:19. In that day there will be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt. The church here is regarded by many as the first Christian church in the world. The monastery includes a 6th century keep and an episcopal palace, which offered protection to monks during times of conflict. It remains a vital spiritual center today. Eventually, an angel again appeared to Joseph in a dream, announcing Herod's death. The Holy Family began their return, but before departing Egypt, they made one last stop at Mount Dranka in Asyut. The monastery of the Virgin Mary now stands at the foot of this mountain, commemorating the final days of their Egyptian journey. It is one of Egypt's most beautiful and beloved Christian sites. After 3.5 years of miracles, trials, and divine encounters, the Holy Family returned to Palestine and settled in Nazareth. No other country in the world received the Lord, His mother, and Joseph as Egypt did. Each stop became a place of blessing. Egypt became the birthplace of Christian monasticism, led by saints like Saint Anthony the Great, and home to thousands of martyrs who bore witness to their faith. The Coptic Orthodox Church stands as a lighthouse of holiness, tradition, and sacrifice, a living testament to the divine journey that once sanctified the land of Egypt.